De style holding, où le canot est à nid longé. Flip the switch.
Übers Mühlort. It's Halbedone.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Woo! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And man, is XRP pumping today. XRP is up 20% on the day, up at 45 cents. And I've been telling you over the past couple weeks, the perfect storm for XRP is coming. Banking crisis, potential Coinbase relisting, a judge decision coming very, very soon. ISO 20022 going live yesterday. There are no coincidences in this world. XRP is the top performing digital asset in the top 10 on the planet right now. And you better believe it's exciting times. Every single one of you needs to be paying extremely close attention to this market over the next days, weeks, and months, as the potential to profit take is right upon us. And ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand that this current breakout isn't just a normal breakout. It's 700 plus days of XRP breaking out from a downwards trend line. This is a special one, and this could be what sends XRP absolutely ballistic. We have plenty of things happening that are adding to the perfect XRP storm right now. And let's get into it. First of all, we see from the European Central Bank that a coordinated central bank action plan to enhance the provision of US dollar liquidity has been put into place. And the 6 nations participating are the US, Japan, and the 6 nations participating are the US, Japan, the EU, England, Canada, and the Swiss National Bank. This is extremely important. This could be the event that finally hyperinflates the dollar. They said inflation was going to be brought down. Well, I just see it going through the roof. They're raising interest rates while also inflating the currency. What's the point? Let it all fail and let the brand new XRP financial system finally go online. You see, guys, part of the things that are going on right now is that the BRICS nations are expanding. Iran, Saudi Arabia, Argentina, Egypt, and now even Mexico is showing interest in joining. Bad policies are turning your worst enemies into friends in the US dollar-dominated system, which runs on SWIFT, is the weapon that the United States overused. Sanctions are bringing countries together. Inflating the US dollar as the world reserve currency is bringing the world together in an anti-US coalition that is starting to look very frightening. And here, guys, I have a powerful clip from the legendary author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, talking about the SWIFT system and how we need to be on a distributed ledger-like system that is outside of what we're currently using. Isn't it so funny that now Kiyosaki is talking about this system? Now, this is the discussion being had No one was talking about SWIFT before. No one was talking about cross-border payments before. No one was talking about DLT before. But now it's at the forefront of the most intelligent financial minds on the planet. I can't stress this enough. The XRP perfect storm is at our doorstep, and I want you all to take a listen.
If you are on the wrong side of the Western, on the Western ideology, then you get sanctioned, you get kicked out of SWIFT, and the weaponizing of the dollar, I think, is what has accelerated the union of all of these countries. And when
Andy, can you explain what the SWIFT is? Because guys like me don't.
Sure. The SWIFT system is basically the oxygen that is needed for cross-border payments to breathe. In other words, you're not allowed to send your money from one country to another unless it routes through the SWIFT system, which is basically a computer system, if you will, or a message board system. That allows banks to trade money back and forth and clearing through a U.S. settlement bank system. So in order to trade dollars, you have to have access to the SWIFT system. And if you are kicked out of the SWIFT system, you cannot trade dollars. And if you can't trade dollars, you can't buy oil and you can't sell your goods globally. In essence, it isolates you. Well, unless, of course, you're trading your Iran and you're trading your oil to China for the petro yuan bond, which is immediately convertible.
But what happened? But didn't America exercise SWIFT? I mean, they punished a whole bunch of countries just recently.
Absolutely. And no better example than what they did with Russia, kicking them out of SWIFT. And you saw what Russia did in retaliation. They are selling their goods in gold and in rupee and for ruble and for yuan, and they are sidestepping. It is this bullying, as you said at the beginning, it is this hypocrisy that is making everyone come to the table. And before I talk about the Belt Road, I want to mention one thing that's really very interesting. We talk about the glue, right? The glue that makes all of this stick is the backing of a new system with commodities such as gold. This is a new system, a new era dominated by transparency and commodities. So this is why I believe they will use the rails of the Chinese digital yuan for all of these countries to pledge to a new currency that will be a digital currency, but showing the immutability and the veracity of what every country pledges to the new system on a distributed ledger. That is the glue that makes it all stick. The rallying cry is everything that we are doing to destabilize the world and our sanctions. And then you put that into context with all of the nonsense we're doing right now inside our country. And spending money that we don't have, borrowing money that we don't have to fight wars that we shouldn't be a part of, or doing things that are just nonsense and destroying the value of the dollar. It only accelerates and substantiates these moves that are being made by these countries.
And there it is, my friends. Not only that, but something else that typically happens when a massive banking crisis, a massive financial paradigm shift occurs, is a massive event to accompany it, to distract the public. And here, Elon Musk hits the nail on the head. Oh, the banking system is collapsing? Arrest Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, news broke today that Donald Trump expected to be arrested. And blockchain backer put an amazing thread out that I believe aligns perfectly with the things that are happening right now. Tinfoil hat time. On September 17, 2019, the Fed quietly interjects in the overnight lending for banks with repo bailouts. The distraction. 8 days later, Pelosi announces political moves towards Donald Trump being made, and this dominated headlines. This is a constant pattern. They need something in the news to distract away from what's really going on. And if you think this is an accident, if you think this is a coincidence, you're absolutely wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, while this is going on, and the news outlets are breaking this left and right, pay attention to the moves and the shifts happening in the banking system, because that's what's most important. Don't you guys think it's funny that every single time there's a massive change in the financial system, whether it's Bretton Woods, whether it's the health crisis, whether it's right now with the Russia-Ukraine conflict, there always needs to be something stealing the headlines. 99% of people don't pay attention to the banking system because it's not in the headlines. The powers that be, the people in the know, the people that control the trillions of dollars on the planet, they don't want you to pay attention. But the XRP community has been paying attention since day one. That's why we're about to become the new 1%. We have suffered enough. Judge decision is on the way. The US dollar's time as the world reserve currency is coming to an end. The banking system is failing in real time. The BRICS nations are gaining power. XRP is breaking out. There are no coincidences left. Prepare to profit take and change your lives, because we're about to enter a global shitstorm. This is not a drill. This is the real deal. And I look forward to leading all of you into the promised land. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
Why do I hold XRP? Because Ripple's the chosen one to lead the new global digital payment system, and they use XRP. In 2013, the Federal Reserve began looking for faster payments options. 2 years later, an action plan was born and a federal payments task force was created. It included one company focused on crypto, Ripple. In 2014, the World Bank and Better Than Cash Alliance, which includes the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Clinton Global Initiative, and the governments of 32 countries, put out a report called The Opportunities of Digitizing Payments. 1 year later, the Better Than Cash Alliance featured one crypto company on their website, Ripple. Today, Better Than Cash Alliance and all other UN initiatives are focused on a single agenda, the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. You can see the SDGs logo on Bill Gates' lapel, world-leading companies, the Better Than Cash Alliance website, and on the UN's official exchange, Exchange. What crypto is Exchange officially utilizing for their carbon credit solution? XRP. The world will move to a new international standard for exchanging electronic messages between financial institutions by 2025 called ISO 20022. Who was the first ISO 20022 member focused on distributed ledger technology? Ripple. Who's partnered with over 300 financial institutions including Bank of America, American Express, PNC, Santander, SBI, HSBC, Standard Chartered Bank, Bank of England, India, Singapore, Scotland, Australia, and Indonesia, the largest banks in Japan, Canada, Egypt, the Middle East, United Arab Emirates, Thailand, Morocco, Bhutan, South Korea, Brazil, and Latin America? Ripple. Who is a former employee overseeing the Federal Reserve? Ripple. A former employee overseeing the world's largest asset manager, BlackRock's digital asset division? Ripple. Leading Australia's CBDC effort? Ripple. Who hired a former Treasury of the United States? Ripple. 2 former Federal Reserve attorneys to their board? Ripple. 2 former Clinton and Obama advisors? Former Minister of Defense and Economics of Germany? Former business director at Swift? Former Swift board member? Former CFO of PayPal? Former head of the DTCC? Former chief business officer at Uber? Former VP of Amazon and former SEC chair on their legal team? Ripple. Who's a member of the Digital Pound Foundation, Digital Dollar Project, Digital Euro Association, Mojaloop, IMF's high-level advisory board on fintech, Hyperledger Blockchain Consortium, Open Payments Coalition, Faster Payments Council, Global Payments Steering Group, Cross-Border Working Group, International Association for Trusted Blockchain Applications, Crypto Climate Accord, University Blockchain Initiative, World Wide Web Consortium, and a featured partner of the World Economic Forum with 3 members of their team directly listed on the WF website? Ripple. Now, does Ripple and XRP sound like they're going to disappear, or do they sound like they're part of a much bigger plan? You decide.